Hi, welcome to part 4 of creating in Storyline. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can create a quiz and kind of do like a branching scenario from that quiz. Let's get started. Right, we're in Storyline now, and as you can see, I'm in the story view. We'll go ahead and click on what we have done in the past couple of videos. So this is what we created in the past couple of videos. We created the interactive modules where you can click on the buttons and make them interact with the character. I did not have a background in the previous ones. I simply just went to design and then just clicked on a design and it just embedded in there. So that's all I did there. So let's go back into story view. So as you see here, I've already created another scenario. So we'll go ahead and click on that so that we can start working on creating a quiz. Okay, so this is just basically an introduction slide. I named it Customer Communications. You can name it whatever you want to name it for whatever you are doing with your training. So after you have your introduction slide, as you see, I've got them connected here. So this is the next slide. I created our buttons the same way we did in our previous ones. I just named it choices at the top here in our title. So what we want to do now is we want to embed the quiz. So I actually already have that down here. If you see in the layers, I have a pick one quiz. So let me show you how I did that. So let's come over here and I'll show you, I'll create a new slide. All right, so in this new slide, we'll have our character there, and then we already have our base layer set up down here. So with our base layer already set up, we're going to come over here to slides and then freeform question. And so from here, you can go ahead and choose whatever you want, drag and drop, pick one. That's what I have already selected. Drag and drop is really good for interactivity. So, but however you want to do it, all of these are great little things that you can add in, just play around with it. And then all you do is just hit insert. So let's go ahead and you'll click one, we hit insert. And then when we click insert, as you see over here, it automatically gives us a correct and incorrect because it's a pick one. So we already know it's going to be one correct choice and one incorrect choice. So let's go back to what I have already created and let me show you what I've got here. So I have 3 choices. So as you see, one choice is going to be correct, one's going to be incorrect. I renamed them to choice 1 and choice 2. And we'll click and make that choice 3. Now let's go back down to our base layer. So we have our 3 choices selected here in our layers, but we want to go up here to our form view and take a look at the questionnaire. So when we click on the form view, now it opens up for us. So from here, you have your choices. Maybe the example of the question is listed there. You can choose which one of these you want to be correct. You can have the feedback if you want feedback written there, however you want it to be. So from here, you'll want to click slide view. Now, you want to double check and make sure that you have your trigger set up. Everything has to have a trigger. So you see, I've already got the first 2. Show layer, choice 1, when choice 1 is selected from the user. So right here, show layer, choice 3, when user clicks choice 3. So it's going to show this layer down here. Okay, now that we have all of our layers set up, we have our choices in here, we want to go through here and we want to make sure that when we have a trigger for our continue button. So we make sure it says jump to, and we're going to put the results slide. We'll put in a results slide when the user clicks the continue button. Okay, and we'll continue to do that for each choice. Okay, so back here in Storyview, we want to make sure that we have a results section set up. So I've already put that in there, but how did I get it? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of open up a new one to share with you and show you. So created a new scene. When we click on it, we just come over here to slides and then click results. So when we click results, you have different options of how you want those results to be given to you. If you want a Likert scale, however you're doing the results. Okay, and then once you choose the one that you want, we'll do that one. Okay, so once you have gotten that all loaded, once that is all loaded in, here's what it's going to do. It's going to ask you, do you want to, if you only have one scenario chosen so far. So if we have multiple scenarios that we're going to branch over into our results, we could choose however many we wanted, or if we wanted all of them. So we would just click this one and we would click that we wanted this one to show the results. So you see here, we've got all of these going down here to the results already. So let me show you when we go back into our quiz. So let's go in and take a look and preview our slide here. Okay, so here we are at the very beginning of our training. So we started with what we did a few videos ago. We've got all 4 of our interactive modules here. So we've got our layers that show up. And remember, we can't click out until we click through all of the modules. And then our next button will open up for us. We had a blank slide in here. So now it jumps to our new scene, talking about our questions and our scenario that we're going to go into. So now we've got our choices. So we can see we've got the hover state here, and we only can pick one at a time. So if we click this one, okay, it's correct, and it gives us our little feedback. And then as soon as we click the continue button, it sends us over to our results. It gives us that jump to the results tab. All right, one last thing I want to show you. Let's say you wanted to give a consequence to each choice that they selected. So let's just click a new scene. And it's very important to make sure that you are labeling your slides as your storyline gets a lot bigger, because it just helps you to stay organized and keep track of everything. Okay, so we have our 3 consequences here, but we now want, when they click on the choices, for them to go to the consequence to tell them what, if it was a if it was a good reaction or a bad reaction. So let's go ahead and go back to our choices. So we'll go down here to choice 1, and then up here, from instead of jump straight to results, we're going to go to jump to consequence 1 when the user clicks continue. Okay. All right. So now that they are going this way, now once they click on the consequence, we want them to go to the results. So here you're going to have your feedback in here in your consequence 1. So from here, we'll say jump to our results page when the user clicks next. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick and preview what that looks like. So you see we've got where they are coming down here to the results, and then it's showing them to each one of these right here. All right, so let's take a look and preview what this looks like. So we'll just jump down here to our next slides, click next. Choice 1, continue, and it took us to the consequence 1. And then when we hit continue, now it takes us to our results page. I hope that was helpful for you. Adding in the quizzes and the questions were really a great way to help keep that learner interacting and engaged throughout the training. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched my previous 3 videos on creating in Storyline, I have them linked up here at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.